This video will explain how to set up my working BFBot Manager strategies for the Betaminic betting systems. Step 1. Import the strategy file that I emailed you into your BFBot Manager software. In the BFBot Manager software, go to the Strategies section and click on Import Strategies. Find the strategy file that I emailed you. It is called Working Set 1 with the recent date April 21st.gz. Select the file and click on Open. It will import the 20 strategies. The strategies include two main strategies, one that bets on all the imported tips with level staking and another that bets on all imported tips with secure staking. This is my recommended main strategy because it bets on the Betaminic picks using the secure staking plan settings from my book, The Staking Plans Book. And in my thousands of real bets that I've done using the BFBot software and Betaminic strategies, secure staking has beaten all the other staking plans almost every time. So I really recommend using the secure staking plan. If you're not keen on using that, you can use level staking, but only use one of these. You can only use one of these. You can't have them both running. The reason for this is that each of your tips can only be bet on once. So if you have one strategy running and it places bets, the other strategy can't place bets on it. So only choose one. So I would choose the secure staking one. The other bot strategies are add-on strategies that bet in play based on the score and events in the game. Again, I've made one for level staking and one for secure staking for each of those. Again, I recommend using the secure staking version of each one. Let me just go through what each one does. The bet on all imported tip strategy, it will bet at 7 minutes 50 seconds before kickoff for each match. I recommend you change this time to any time you want. Change that time to any time you want. Why change the time? Because everybody using my strategies may be using that default time, and that could mean a lot of people betting large amounts of money at that exact same moment. So I recommend choosing a little bit of a different time. Just change it by 20, 30, 40 seconds, a couple of minutes. Pick a time, but any different time. This is an important rule to edit yourself, the time to bet. The overrounds, you don't need to worry about. The overrounds is just a way of the bot checking that the market has developed overrounds and it's the prices are fair. The area and the selection conditions, we don't really need to worry about either. It's just telling the bot what to do. For example, the default bet type just tells it to do back bets. The min-max selection price tells it to only bet if the price is between 1.01 and 50. We don't need to change these things. And the back and lay price ratio is just another way for the bot to check how close the back and lay price are together, again, to make sure they're valid prices. One thing you might want to think about changing is the price settings. The price settings tell the bot at what price to place bets. This setting is set so that it will use the currently available price for the selected bet type, which is back bets for us, and it's going to modify the initial price by 2 ticks, and it's going to modify it and ask for a worse price by 2 ticks. What that means is if the odds available at 2, it will place a bet at 1.96. And so that will scoop up all the money available at 2, all the money available at 1.98. And if it still hasn't filled all of its stake, then it will go down to 1.96. And then anything that hasn't been matched will stay at 1.96 as an unmatched bet. For smaller amounts, under £100, that's not really going to be a problem. But if once you're getting to betting of thousands of pounds, then this might be something you want to think about. You might want to change that to 0 and just you want it to place its bet and leave it unmatched and try to get the currently available amounts. Or you could even leave it at being modified by a slightly worse price by 2 ticks just to make sure your bets get placed. An important thing to change is your staking. The default staking that I've sent out is using a bank of £100. So obviously you're not going to use a bank of £100. I've just put that in to leave it in case you switch it on by accident. But most people I think will be using a bank of £1,000 or more so that it pays for the price of the picks. To edit that, go to the % of betting bank rule, click on the edit button, and here set new betting bank size. If you're going to follow the 42 strategies I recommend, start with a betting bank of £1,000 or more. So click set new. Yes, I want to set new. Yes, I'm going to restart the strategy. And now my current betting bank size is £1,000. Even though it says percentage of betting bank to use as 1%, it's not going to bet with 1%. It's going to use the odds staking ladder settings, which are set to use the percentage of betting bank. So for different odds ranges, it's going to bet a different percent. And those are the percentages I found in my research that took me 9 months when I wrote the staking plans book. I know these are good settings. So one thing you do want to edit when you get this, you need to edit the time to bet, and you need to edit your bank size in the percentage of betting bank staking plan settings. So now you're set up to go. One thing you might want to do is to check the safety rules. I've put one in here so that it will stop betting if strategy loss goes over £50. Again, I've set this so that if you switched it on by accident, it would stop quickly if it's doing the wrong thing. So obviously, if we're betting with a bank of 1,000, making large bets, it's possible. So set your max loss at the level you would want your bot to just stop betting at. I set my max loss at about 50% of my bank. That's a point when I'd want to just take a look again at what strategies I'm using. So I'm going to set my max loss here at 500. You can do advanced stuff like creating trailing stop loss and trailing stop profit, but for the moment, I just keep it as a flat 500. If it loses £500, then I want it to stop. So I save that. I've got my safety rule, I've got my bank set up, I've got my time to bet set up. Those three things you do need to take a look at and edit and understand how they work. Once you've got that, this is ready to start. When the bot starts up, it always starts in simulation mode. And simulation mode means that even if you click start, it's not going to make any real bets, but it's a good way that you can just check how your software is performing and if it's betting the right way. I recommend that for the first 10-20 bets of your system that you do it in simulated mode to check that it's placing the right amount, the right stake amounts at the right time on the right matches. Just check it's working properly. If you're using my imported strategy files and you've only edited the time to bet, your bank, and the safety rules, it should work. It should work fine, but you should always test it in simulation mode first, just to make sure it's working the way it should be. Let me just tell you about some of these add-on strategies, and these are really good for getting extra value out. Basically, these 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute, 40-minute, 50-minute, 60-minute, 70-minute, 80-minute home bet add-on strategies, they do a very simple thing, which is they wait until the 10-minute mark or the 20-minute mark, and if it is still 0-0, it will place another bet. And it will only do that if the home team doesn't have a red card. So basically, if the home team doesn't have a red card and it's still 0-0 at 10 minutes, at 20 minutes, at 30 minutes, it will place another bet. And again, I recommend using secure betting for this. That means the higher the odds get, the less it will bet on it. So as it gets up towards 60 minutes, 70 minutes, if it's still 0-0 and a team that we were betting on in our main strategy has a bet on, then it will place another bet on that at higher odds later on in the game. Then one other strategy I've included in this working set is back home to 45 minutes, dog red. And this is a very simple one. It means that if we have a bet on the home team and the away team gets a red card at any point in the first half and it's still a draw or the home team is winning, it will place another bet on the home team. Probably those odds are going to be a bit low, so it's going to be a big bet if you're using secure staking, but that's fine. A home bet that our system thinks has value, if the away team gets a red card in the first half, that's a good chance to pick up some more value. I have been using the secure staking plan for these add-on bets, for the red card bet, and also for all the imported tips. I restarted it just recently with a £1,000 bank. And you can see here, just with 5 bets, it was a bit of a lucky evening, just with 5 bets and 4 of them came in. The extra bets, these add-on bets, they can get even more value out of it. So that's why I've got them adding on there. So basically, to use my working BFBot Manager strategies, import the strategy file, edit the time to bet, edit your betting bank, edit the safety rule if needed, and follow the 42 recommended Betaminic strategies that I sent you in my referral newsletter. And if you're watching this and you're not my referral and you want to know what I'm talking about, go look at my website, bettingsystemsguide.com, and that'll show you what I think the best betting system is. Don't gamble, bet on big data. Thank you for watching.